It was a calm Sunday morning in San Diego. Sunlight spilled softly through the blinds, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee drifted through the kitchen. Rachel sat across from me at the table, scrolling on her phone with that small, secretive smile she thought I never noticed. We had been together for 8 years, married for 5, yet lately she felt like a stranger sharing my bed. I'd sensed the distance growing for months. The longer showers, sudden dedication to the gym, a new perfume that didn't fit her style, and the frequent mentions of her new co-worker, Evan. Young, confident, and charming, everything she seemed drawn to lately. I kept quiet. I wasn't jealous, just observant. That morning, she set her phone aside and spoke lightly. "Hey, Jason, can I ask you something?" "Sure," I said, watching her twirl a strand of hair between her fingers. "If we ever, took a break, would it be weird if I dated someone from work?" The way she said it, too casual, too prepared, told me everything. I leaned back, keeping my voice steady. "Depends. Who are we talking about?" She hesitated, then grinned faintly. "Evan. He's funny, and I think he likes me." That single sentence confirmed what I already knew. She wasn't asking permission. She was easing her guilt. What she didn't realize was that I had known the truth for weeks. 2 weeks earlier, an anonymous email had landed in my inbox. Attached were screenshots, texts between Rachel and Evan, messages that started flirty and ended in something far worse. Photos I couldn't unsee. One message sealed it. "Can't wait for Friday night again, winking face." I didn't know who sent it, but I didn't need to. I just needed proof. I hired a private investigator, Logan, an ex-cop who didn't waste words. Within 3 days, I had the evidence. Pictures of Rachel and Evan at a rooftop bar downtown, her hand resting on his knee, their faces close enough to erase any doubt. When Logan asked if I wanted to confront them, I told him no. I wanted the truth to expose itself. Now, sitting at that breakfast table, I smiled and said, "You want to date him?" Rachel looked startled. It was just a question. Don't make it weird. I smiled wider, enough to make her uneasy. "I'm not. I'm just surprised you're asking after you already did." Her expression changed instantly. "What are you talking about?" she whispered. Without a word, I slid my phone toward her and pressed play. A video filled the screen. Her and Evan at that same rooftop bar, laughing, kissing. She covered her mouth, shaking her head. "Jason, it's not what it looks like." "It's exactly what it looks like," I said calmly. She reached for my hand, but I pulled back. I said, "I could have thrown you out that night, but I waited. I wanted to see how long you'd lie to me." Tears welled up in her eyes. "Please, Jason. It was just one time. It didn't mean anything." I stood up, steady, composed. "You don't cheat because of one night, Rachel. You cheat because you want to, and because you think you'll get away with it." I walked to the living room, grabbed a folder from the coffee table, and handed it to her. Inside were divorce papers, already signed. "I filed 2 days ago." I said, "I knew this conversation was coming. I just wanted to hear if you'd tell the truth." She broke down, crying, apologizing, begging. But I felt nothing but clarity. "You know what hurts most?" I said quietly, "It's not that you cheated. It's that you made me feel like I was the problem, just so you could feel special for a few hours." She whispered, "I love you." I shook my head. "No, you love the comfort I gave you. He gave you excitement. Now you have neither." 3 months later, she moved out. Evan didn't last long either. Fired after word their affair spread through the office. HR doesn't tolerate that kind of chaos. One evening, I ran into her at the grocery store. She looked smaller, tired, and worn down. No makeup, no sparkle. She gave me a weak smile. "You look good," she said. I nodded. "You too." There was a pause before she whispered, "Do you think we could ever start over?" I met her eyes and said, "You already did, just not with me." That night, I went home alone, but at peace. Sometimes, the greatest revenge isn't rage or payback. It's calm. It's moving on without looking back, as if the storm never touched you at all.